Welcome to this transformative journey where we're diving into the most profound habits that can enhance every aspect of your life, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Each habit you'll discover today is not just a simple tip, but a gateway to a fuller, longer, and more fulfilling life. From the surprising power of natural movement to unlocking your purpose through Ikigai, and from embracing the magic of generosity to disconnecting from technology for mental clarity. These lessons will change the way you live. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive in all aspects of their lives, radiating joy, health, and purpose? Today, you'll find out why, and more importantly, how you can become one of them. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll have powerful insights and practical steps that can truly transform your daily habits and elevate your life in ways you never thought possible. Before we start, I'd appreciate your support. If you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated on future lessons. The first habit we're going to explore might seem so straightforward, so incredibly simple, that you might think, am I already doing this? But trust me, there's more depth here than meets the eye. Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself believing that staying in shape requires hours of grueling workouts, sweating it out in a gym, or training for exhausting marathons? If so, you're not alone. It's a common misconception, and it leaves so many people feeling overwhelmed, defeated before they even begin. But what if I told you there's another way? One that's both effortless and profoundly impactful. One that's been quietly practiced by some of the world's healthiest and longest living people. Let me introduce you to the concept of natural movement. No heavy lifting, no marathon running, no endless gym sessions. It's not about structured exercise routines, but rather the small, fluid movements that seamlessly become part of your daily life. The people of Okinawa, Japan, who are among the longest living populations on Earth, have mastered this art. These centenarians don't spend hours on treadmills or lifting weights. In fact, many of them have never set foot in a gym. But what they do is move their bodies consistently, naturally, in harmony with the rhythm of their daily routines. And this simple habit, this constant, gentle movement, is what keeps them healthy, mobile, and full of vitality, even into their 90s and 100s. Imagine, if you will, that your body is a finely crafted instrument, meant to be played daily. When it sits idle, unused, it begins to weaken, to falter. But when you use it regularly, it stays in tune, vibrant, and strong. That's how our bodies are designed to work. They're meant for movement. But here's the catch. It doesn't have to be strenuous. The people of Okinawa don't engage in intense exercise sessions. Instead, they move constantly throughout the day in simple, functional ways. They tend their gardens, walk to the market, carry groceries, and engage in leisurely activities like Tai Chi or light stretching. They move because movement is life. It's such a beautiful reminder that we don't have to punish our bodies to stay healthy. Instead, we can nurture them with small, frequent movements that keep our joints fluid, our muscles strong, and our hearts healthy. In fact, research supports this idea. Did you know that just standing up from your desk every 30 minutes can improve your health dramatically? It's true. A study from the University of California found that people who break up their day with frequent, gentle movement, whether it's standing, walking, or stretching, live longer and have a lower risk of heart disease and diabetes. Just by moving more often, you're giving yourself the gift of a longer, healthier life. But how does this play out in your everyday life? You don't need a rigid exercise plan to benefit from natural movement. Start by looking for simple opportunities to move. Here's one. Next time you drive somewhere, park your car farther away from the entrance. Enjoy those extra steps as a chance to breathe in the fresh air, clear your mind, and feel your body in motion. Or, instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. It's a small choice, but over time, these little bursts of activity accumulate and make a big difference in your overall health. You can even get creative. Why not make movement fun? Put on your favorite song while doing chores around the house and dance like no one's watching. It's impossible not to smile while doing this. And before you know it, you've turned a boring task into something joyful. Or the next time you're on a phone call, instead of sitting, stand up and pace around the room. If you've got kids or pets, make playtime part of your daily routine. Chase them around the yard, toss a ball, or join in their games. These small, seemingly insignificant moments of movement add up to something powerful, a lifestyle that keeps you active without ever feeling like exercise. There's something magical that happens when you start to embrace movement as part of your life, rather than something you have to force yourself to do. It becomes a natural extension of who you are. It's no longer a chore or a box to check off. It's a gift you give yourself, a way of reconnecting with your body and your health. It's like weaving movement into the very fabric of your day, where every step, every stretch, every time you stand up and shake off the stillness, you're creating a healthier, stronger version of yourself. And here's where it gets even more exciting. Natural movement isn't just good for your physical health. It works wonders for your mental and emotional well-being, too. Studies have shown that people who move regularly, even just a little bit, experience less stress, lower anxiety levels, and are generally happier. It's as if moving your body helps you move through life's challenges with greater ease. Imagine being able to think more clearly, feel less overwhelmed, and even spark new bursts of creativity, all from the simple act of moving your body. The beauty of natural movement is that it asks nothing extraordinary of you. No fancy equipment, no special skills, no drastic changes to your routine. All it requires is a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing movement as something you have to do, see it as something you get to do. Something that nourishes your body and mind. Something that connects you to the world around you. Whether it's dancing while doing the dishes, taking a leisurely walk in the park, or simply standing up and stretching throughout your day. These small moments of movement are investments in your future self. Think of it like this. Every time you choose movement, you're making a deposit into your health savings account. And over time, those small deposits add up, compounding into a wealth of strength, vitality, and joy that will serve you for years to come. You don't need a personal trainer or a gym membership to reap these rewards. All you need is the desire to move, to let your body do what it was designed to do. So the next time you skip a workout or feel guilty for not hitting the gym, remember that it's the small, consistent movements, the steps you take, the stretches you do, the playful moments you share, that matter most. Natural movement is the secret to living a longer, healthier, and happier life. It's about making peace with your body, treating it with the care it deserves, and embracing the freedom to move in ways that feel joyful and effortless. So go ahead. Take that extra walk. Dance when you feel like it. Stretch and reach for the sky. Every movement is a celebration of life, a step toward a future full of energy, health, and happiness. The second habit we're going to delve into has the power to completely transform the way you live each day. Discovering your ikigai. Now, I know, the word might sound unfamiliar, maybe even a bit mysterious, but its meaning holds a profound truth. Have you ever paused for a moment, in the midst of life's daily grind, and asked yourself, why am I here? What truly gives my life meaning? These questions are some of the most powerful ones we can ask ourselves, and they're directly tied to this idea of ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese concept that means reason for being, or reason to wake up in the morning. It is what gives you purpose, what drives you, and what lights a fire inside you. Unlike fleeting goals or ambitions, ikigai is a deeply personal and lasting sense of purpose that connects every part of your life, your passions, talents, values, and even your work. It's about finding that sweet spot where what you love doing, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for all overlap. It's like aligning the stars of your life, so to speak. When you find your ikigai, life becomes less about surviving and more about thriving. You wake up every day with a sense of purpose that pulls you forward, no matter how tough the journey may be. But why is ikigai so important? Why should you even care about finding it? Well, the answer lies not just in personal happiness, but in longevity itself. There is a powerful connection between having a purpose and living a longer, healthier life. Research shows that people with a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer. In fact, one study conducted by Rush University in Chicago revealed that individuals with a defined purpose were 15% less likely to die prematurely. That's right. Your ikigai can literally extend your life. But it's more than just about adding years. It's about filling those years with joy, fulfillment, and meaning. Having a purpose makes the inevitable challenges of life easier to navigate, because you know what you're working toward. Now, before you start to worry that you have to figure out your life's grand purpose by tomorrow morning, let me reassure you, finding your ikigai doesn't need to be complicated or overwhelming. In fact, it's probably already woven into the fabric of your life, quietly waiting to be discovered. Unlike a treasure hunt where you're frantically searching for something hidden, uncovering your ikigai is more like awakening to something that's already inside you. It's about taking the time to reflect on what truly makes you feel alive, and how you can bring more of that into your daily life. To start, I encourage you to do a simple exercise. Grab a notebook or a blank sheet of paper and draw 4 large circles that overlap in the middle, like a Venn diagram. Label each of these circles with the following prompts: what you love to do, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you can get paid for. Now, take your time filling in each circle. Be honest and open with yourself. In the first circle, list the things that make you come alive, activities, experiences, or moments where you lose track of time because you're so immersed in them. In the second circle, write down your strengths, the things that come naturally to you, the skills or talents that others often compliment you on. For the third circle, think about the needs of the world around you. What problems do you feel passionate about solving? What gaps do you see in your community, or even in the world at large, that align with your interests? And in the fourth circle, consider the practical side. What can you be compensated for? How can you turn these passions and skills into something that provides you with financial stability? The intersection of these 4 circles is where your ikigai lies. It might take some time and reflection, but when you discover it, that's where the magic happens. Let's say you're someone who loves to teach, who has a talent for simplifying complex ideas, who feels that the world needs better access to education, and who could potentially build a career in this field. Then education, in some form, could be your ikigai. It might be teaching kids, or it could be developing educational content, or even mentoring adults in career transitions. The possibilities are endless, but the common thread is that it fills your soul, meets a need, and supports you financially. However, don't feel pressured to discover your ikigai overnight. It's not something you check off a to-do list. It's a journey. And the truth is, your ikigai will evolve over time. Just as we change, grow, and shift throughout different phases of life, so too does our purpose. What might drive you in your 20s, perhaps building a successful career, might look different in your 40s or 60s, when your purpose could shift toward mentoring others, raising a family, or giving back to your community. The key is to remain open to the evolution of your purpose and to trust that every phase of life has its own ikigai, ready to reveal itself when the time is right. Take the people of Okinawa, for example. These centenarians are famous for their remarkable health and longevity, and many attribute their long lives to having a strong ikigai. But for them, ikigai isn't always tied to work or career. Some find their purpose in caring for their families, in nurturing gardens, or in practicing traditional crafts. Others find it in simply being an active part of their community. The point is, their ikigai is rooted in something meaningful and consistent, something that makes life feel worth living, even into their 90s and beyond. Now, let me ask you, have you ever noticed how time seems to fly when you're doing something you love? Or how much more energized you feel when you're engaged in something that feels purposeful? That's the power of ikigai. When you're aligned with your purpose, life feels more effortless. You stop counting the hours and start focusing on the impact. You wake up with a sense of excitement, even if the tasks ahead are difficult. It's this sense of purpose that fuels not only your days, but your entire existence. So, if you ever find yourself stuck in a monotonous routine, feeling like life is just happening to you instead of being something you actively engage with, take a moment to reflect on your ikigai. Ask yourself, what truly excites me? What brings me joy? What do I want to contribute to the world? The answers to these questions are your compass, pointing you toward your purpose. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, your ikigai doesn't have to be something grand or impressive by anyone else's standards. It's deeply personal. For some, it might be finding joy in small, Everyday moments, like spreading kindness, making someone smile, or being a loving parent. For others, it might be tackling bigger challenges, like working to solve climate change or starting a business that empowers others. The important thing is that it resonates with you, that it fills you with a sense of meaning and fulfillment. Discovering your ikigai is one of the most transformative things you can do for yourself. It's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. When you live with purpose, every day becomes an opportunity to make a difference, to grow, and to experience joy in ways you never thought possible. So, take the time to find your ikigai. Nurture it, let it guide you, and watch how it elevates every aspect of your life. The third habit we're going to explore is one that can radically transform your quality of life: reducing stress. In today's world, stress has become such a constant companion for so many of us that we barely recognize how deeply it affects us until we feel overwhelmed, anxious, or completely burned out. Have you ever felt like your head is going to explode from the pressure of juggling work, relationships, family responsibilities, and everything else that life throws your way? If so, you're far from alone. Stress has a sneaky way of creeping into our lives like an unwelcome guest, setting up camp and refusing to leave. But what if I told you there are effective ways to show that stress the door and even lock it behind you? Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Easier said than done, right? Stress management might sound like an overused concept, and it often feels impossible when life gets overwhelming. But let me tell you this: reducing stress doesn't mean getting rid of all your problems or pretending life is perfect. It's about learning how to manage the inevitable stressors that come your way in a way that protects your health, your happiness, and your peace of mind. Chronic stress is not just a mental burden. It's a physical one too. It has profound effects on your body, your mind, and even your lifespan. So, let's dig into why reducing stress is not only vital, but how it can add years to your life, and what specific habits you can adopt to keep stress in check. First, let's talk about what happens to your body when stress becomes a chronic, daily presence. When you're stressed, your body goes into fight or flight mode, producing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. In small, occasional doses, these hormones help you respond to emergencies. But when stress is constant, when your body is perpetually in this heightened state, it starts to take a toll. One of the most troubling effects of long-term stress is the damage it does to your telomeres, those protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes that keep your DNA intact. Imagine your telomeres like the plastic tips on shoelaces. When they fray or wear down, the laces become weak and unusable. Similarly, when your telomeres shorten, your cells age faster, and you become more susceptible to diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. Essentially, chronic stress is hitting the fast-forward button on your biological clock. But here's the good news. You can take control of stress before it wreaks havoc on your body. In fact, some of the healthiest, longest-living people in the world, the inhabitants of the blue zones, have mastered the art of managing stress, and we can learn a lot from their lifestyle. Blue zones are regions where people live not only longer lives, but healthier ones, often well into their 90s and 100s, and stress management is one of the key habits they practice. Let's take a closer look at a couple of these blue zones and the stress-busting techniques that keep them so resilient. In Okinawa, Japan, home to one of the world's highest concentrations of centenarians, people practice Tai Chi and Qigong. These aren't intense workouts or vigorous exercises, they're slow, fluid movements paired with deep, mindful breathing. Picture a gentle, flowing dance that allows you to focus inward, calming your mind and body. These practices are about cultivating inner peace and grounding yourself in the present moment, helping to release stress and tension. It might seem almost too simple, but that's the beauty of it. Tai Chi and Qigong are about finding stillness within movement, offering a way to reset your nervous system and return to a place of balance. Numerous studies have shown that these practices can lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and even improve sleep, an essential trifecta for managing stress. Another blue zone, Ikaria, Greece, has a more surprising secret for stress relief: the art of napping. Yes, you read that right. Napping is practically a way of life in Ikaria. After lunch, It's common to see people taking a short nap to recharge and reset. And this isn't just about catching up on sleep. It's about pressing pause on the day to let the mind and body rest. Research supports the idea that napping, especially in the afternoon, can lower the risk of heart disease, improve memory, and increase creativity. It's like giving your brain a mini vacation in the middle of the day. Imagine what your afternoons could feel like if you gave yourself permission to slow down, even just for 20 minutes. That brief respite could transform how you handle stress for the rest of the day. But let's be realistic. Most of us can't pick up and move to Okinawa or Korea, and we probably can't nap every afternoon. So what can you do, right where you are, to reduce stress in your daily life? Here are a few proven techniques you can adopt, no matter where you live or what your schedule looks like. 1. Mindful breathing. Reset your nervous system in minutes. Mindful breathing is one of the most effective ways to reduce stress, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. All it takes is a few minutes of focused breathing to calm your nervous system. Try this. Close your eyes, sit comfortably, and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose while counting to 4. Hold your breath for another count of 4. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat this cycle 5 or 6 times. You'll feel your heart rate slow, your muscles relax, and your mind clear. It's a simple, powerful way to give your body a break from the relentless pace of modern life. 2. Connect with nature. Let the outdoors heal your stress. We often underestimate the healing power of nature. Spending time outside, whether it's walking through a park, sitting by a river, or simply feeling the sun on your face, has been proven to reduce stress levels. If you can, try to spend at least 20 minutes a day in nature. Walk barefoot on the grass, sit under a tree, or take a quiet stroll through a garden. Nature has an almost magical ability to soothe the mind, lower blood pressure, and release tension from the body. Even in urban environments, taking time to connect with the natural world can provide a much-needed reset. 3. Practice gratitude. Rewire your brain for positivity. Gratitude is a simple yet powerful tool for shifting your mindset. When you focus on what's going right in your life, rather than what's wrong, you begin to see things differently. Each night before bed, take a few minutes to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for that day. It could be something as small as enjoying a warm cup of tea, hearing your favorite song, or a kind word from a friend. This practice doesn't just make you feel good in the moment. It helps to rewire your brain to look for the positive, even during stressful times. Over time, practicing gratitude can increase resilience to stress and improve overall well-being. 4. Disconnect from technology. Reclaim your peace. Our constant connection to technology, whether it's social media, email, or news alerts, keeps our brains in a perpetual state of alertness. The result? We rarely get a break from mental stimulation, and that fuels stress. To combat this, make it a habit to disconnect from your devices at least an hour before bed. Turn off your phone, close your laptop, and let your brain unwind. This digital detox will help you sleep better, reduce anxiety, and allow you to be more present in your life. The world will still be there when you wake up, but your mind needs time to rest. 5. Change your relationship with stress. Learn to surf the waves. Finally, it's important to recognize that stress itself isn't always the enemy. It's how we respond to it that makes the difference. Stress is a natural part of life, and it's not going away. Rather than fighting against it, try to change your relationship with it. Think of stress as waves in the ocean. Instead of letting those waves knock you down, learn to ride them. Develop a sense of acceptance, knowing that life's challenges will come, but you have the tools to navigate them, whether it's through mindful breathing, connecting with nature, or practicing gratitude. You can choose how to respond when stress strikes. By integrating these habits into your daily life, you'll find that stress no longer has the same power over you. You'll be better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way, with a sense of calm and resilience. And over time, you'll not only feel more relaxed and at peace, you'll add years to your life, years filled with vitality and joy. Remember, reducing stress isn't about eliminating every problem or avoiding challenges. It's about learning to approach those challenges from a place of balance and strength. So, the next time stress comes knocking, you'll know exactly how to show at the door. The fourth habit we're going to dive into is one that's as easy to implement as it is profound in its benefits. The 80% rule, known in Okinawa as Hara Hachibiyu. This practice has been a cornerstone of the Okinawan lifestyle for centuries, and it's one of the reasons why they boast some of the longest life expectancies in the world. But what exactly does this concept mean? And how can it drastically improve your health and well-being? Let's start with a metaphor. Imagine your stomach is like a gas tank. Most of us, when we sit down to eat, are accustomed to filling that tank to its absolute maximum. We keep eating until we feel completely full, sometimes even uncomfortably so. The Okinawans, however, have mastered the art of stopping when their tank is just about 80% full. This is the essence of Hara Hachibiyu. You stop eating when you feel comfortably satisfied, but before you reach that point of fullness or, worse, overstuffing yourself. Now, before you start worrying about how to gauge that exact 80%, let's break it down a bit more. The key idea behind Hara Hachibiyu is mindful eating. Our bodies are designed with a built-in feedback system that signals when we've had enough to eat. But here's the catch. It takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to send those signals to your brain. So, when we eat until we feel full, we're often consuming more food than we actually need. The result? We overshoot our energy requirements, leading to weight gain, sluggishness, and a range of health issues that come from constantly putting our digestive system under stress. The Okinawans have figured out that by stopping at around 80% full, they give their body the time it needs to register that it's satisfied. This practice not only helps prevent overeating, but it also allows the body to function more efficiently. And the benefits don't stop there. Research has shown that eating less, without depriving yourself, has numerous long-term benefits for your health. It helps maintain a healthy weight, reduces the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease, and even plays a role in slowing the aging process. In fact, there's a growing body of research suggesting that moderate caloric restriction, the kind that happens naturally when you practice Hara Hachibiyu, can increase lifespan. One study published in the Journal of Aging found that reducing caloric intake by even a small percentage can reduce oxidative stress in the body, helping to protect your cells from the damage that leads to aging. It's as if, by eating less, you're giving your body more time to focus on repair and regeneration rather than constantly processing and breaking down large amounts of food. Imagine it like giving your body's factory more time for maintenance and upgrades instead of always working overtime to process unnecessary fuel. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The beauty of Hara Hachibiyu lies in its simplicity. You don't need to count calories, follow complicated diets, or deprive yourself of your favorite foods. Instead, it's about cultivating a mindful relationship with your food, learning to listen to your body's hunger and fullness signals, and stopping before you reach the point of overindulgence. The Okinawans don't see food as a source of stress, and they don't obsess over their meals. They simply eat until they feel they've had enough to nourish their bodies, and then they stop. It's a practice rooted in mindfulness and self-awareness, 2 things that are often missing in today's fast-paced, eat-on-the-go culture. So how can you start practicing Hara Hachibiyu in your own life? It might sound easy, but for many of us, the habit of eating until we're completely full is so ingrained that it takes a little bit of effort to change. Here are some practical strategies you can use to implement this life-extending habit. 1. Smaller portions, smaller plates. One of the simplest ways to avoid overeating is to start with smaller portions. It might sound like a trick, but using smaller plates can genuinely make a difference in how much food you consume. A full small plate can create the visual illusion that you're eating a lot, but in reality, you're naturally reducing the amount of food you're taking in. This helps you stop before you reach the point of feeling overly full. 2. Slow down and savor each bite. We've all been there, eating so quickly that by the time we put our fork down, we barely remember what we just ate. Eating too fast doesn't give your brain time to catch up with your stomach, and before you know it, you've eaten far more than you intended. One of the keys to Hara Hachibiyu is slowing down. Take smaller bites, chew your food thoroughly, and savor the flavors. Give yourself time to truly enjoy the meal, and in doing so, You'll notice when your body signals that it's had enough. 3. Drink water before your meal. Drinking a glass of water about 30 minutes before a meal can help curb your appetite and prevent overeating. Water fills your stomach, so when you sit down to eat, you're less likely to overindulge. It's a simple and effective way to practice portion control without feeling like you're depriving yourself. 4. Listen to your body's cues. One of the most important aspects of Hara Hachibiyu is learning to distinguish between hunger, satisfaction, and fullness. Often, we eat out of habit or because food is available, not necessarily because we're hungry. Start paying attention to your body's signals. Are you eating because you're actually hungry, or just because it's time to eat? Similarly, try to stop eating when you feel satisfied, when you're no longer hungry but not yet full. This might take some practice, but over time, you'll become more in tune with what your body needs. 5. Avoid eating with distractions. In today's world, it's common to eat while watching TV, scrolling through your phone, or working at your desk. But eating while distracted often leads to mindless overeating because you're not paying attention to how much you're consuming. Make it a point to eat without distractions. Focus on your food, enjoy the experience, and allow yourself to be present during your meals. This mindfulness will help you recognize when you've had enough, making it easier to stop before you overeat. 6. Practice gratitude before you eat. Another way to slow down and eat mindfully is to take a moment of gratitude before your meal. In Okinawa, there's a tradition of saying "Itadakimasu," which translates to "I humbly receive," before eating. It's a way of expressing gratitude for the food you're about to eat and for the hands that prepared it. Taking a moment to reflect on the nourishment in front of you can shift your mindset from eating out of habit or stress to eating with intention and awareness. The benefits of Hara Hachibiyu extend far beyond just the physical. By eating mindfully and stopping when you're satisfied, you're also cultivating a sense of self-control and discipline. It's about recognizing that food is not just fuel, but something to be respected and enjoyed in moderation. Over time, you'll likely find that this habit not only makes you feel lighter and more energized, but also helps you build a healthier, more mindful relationship with food. Interestingly, the practice of eating less has roots in many ancient cultures. In ancient Rome, there was a figure known as the Whisperer, whose job was to stand behind diners at banquets and remind them not to overeat. This whisperer would gently encourage restraint, whispering advice about the importance of moderation. While we don't have whispers at our tables today, we can cultivate that inner voice ourselves, learning to stop when we've had enough and enjoying the benefits of a lighter, healthier lifestyle. With a little practice, Hara Hachibiyu can become a natural part of your daily routine. It doesn't require any drastic changes, just a bit of awareness and a few small shifts in how you approach your meals. And who knows, you might find that by eating less, you actually gain more energy, more vitality, and more years to enjoy life to the fullest. Before we move on to the 5th habit, if you're finding value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. And if you love learning and growing as much as I do, drop a comment below saying, "I love knowledge," and let me know your age. Let's keep learning and improving our lives together. The 5th habit we're going to explore is something that has been practiced for thousands of years and is now being embraced by some of the most successful people on the planet. Meditation. I know what you might be thinking. Meditation? Isn't that just for monks sitting cross-legged in temples or yoga instructors with perfect posture? But let me tell you, this ancient practice holds a power far greater than any stereotype might suggest. Meditation isn't just for spiritual gurus or hippies. It's for anyone who wants to improve their mental clarity, reduce stress, and find balance in their lives. Whether you're juggling a high-powered career, managing a family, or simply trying to find a little more peace in your day-to-day life, think of meditation as a gym session for your mind. Just like you would exercise to strengthen your muscles and keep your body in shape, meditation trains your brain to handle stress, maintain focus, and enhance emotional well-being. Imagine being able to clear out the clutter in your mind, to quiet that constant chatter that pulls your attention in a million directions. Meditation can help you do just that. It's like hitting a reset button for your brain. giving you the mental space and clarity to tackle whatever life throws at you. And the best part, you don't need any fancy equipment. You don't have to spend hours doing it, and you definitely don't need to sign up for a pricey subscription. It's just you, your breath, and a few minutes of your day. Let's get one thing straight. You don't have to become a monk or shave your head to meditate. You don't even have to sit in perfect silence on top of a mountain. Although that sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Meditation is for everyone, and it's incredibly flexible. You can practice it wherever you are, and for as little or as long as you like. Just 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a world of difference. It's the easiest way to calm that racing mind of yours, the one that feels like a hamster running endlessly on its wheel. And we all have that hamster wheel, don't we? Our minds constantly spin, thinking about work, relationships, to-do lists, and everything in between. Meditation helps slow that wheel down. You might be wondering, how can sitting still and doing nothing be productive? Trust me, meditation is far from doing nothing. In fact, it's one of the most effective ways to boost productivity. By taking a few minutes each day to clear your mind, you allow yourself to reset, recharge, and come back to your tasks with a clearer, sharper focus. It's like rebooting your computer when it's lagging. Once you've given it a moment to refresh, it runs smoother and faster. And if you still think meditation is just for the super spiritual or the overly zen, let me hit you with some names. Steve Jobs, the tech visionary behind Apple, was an avid meditator. Yes, the man responsible for revolutionizing the world with devices we use every day found time in his busy schedule to sit quietly, breathe, and center himself. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women on the planet, swears by meditation as part of her daily routine. Even athletes like Kobe Bryant credited meditation with helping them stay focused and perform at the highest levels. The practice has moved from monasteries to boardrooms, from yoga studios to the offices of Fortune 500 companies. There's a reason some of the most successful, driven people on the planet make time for meditation. It works. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's great for them, but I don't have time to sit around and do nothing. Here's the beauty of meditation. You don't need to carve out an hour of your day. You don't need to attend a meditation retreat or take a class. You can start with just 5 minutes. Yes, you heard that right, 5 minutes a day. That's less time than you spend scrolling through your phone or waiting in line for your morning coffee. In fact, you can meditate while you're waiting for your coffee to brew. 5 minutes of focused breathing or mindfulness can help you reset your mind, lower your stress, and give you the energy you need to tackle the rest of your day. So, what exactly are the benefits of meditation? The list is long, but let's start with some of the most impactful ones. First, meditation is an incredible stress reducer. By training your mind to focus on the present moment, you're able to quiet the worries and anxieties that often dominate your thoughts. You learn to let go of the past and stop worrying about the future. Studies have shown that regular meditation can lower cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress, leading to reduced anxiety and a greater sense of calm. Over time, this can have profound effects on your mental and physical health, from lowering your blood pressure to improving your immune system. Meditation is also a powerful tool for improving focus and concentration. In our fast-paced, always connected world, it's easy to get distracted by constant notifications, emails, and demands on our attention. Meditation helps you train your mind to focus on one thing at a time, improving your ability to concentrate on tasks without getting sidetracked. This is why so many high performers, CEOs, athletes, and creatives use meditation to enhance their productivity. It's not about sitting still and doing nothing. It's about sharpening your mind so you can do everything better. Another benefit? Better sleep. If you've ever struggled with falling asleep because your mind is racing or you wake up in the middle of the night with thoughts swirling around, meditation can help. By calming your mind before bed, you can fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling refreshed. It's like giving your brain a much-needed break from the constant stimulation of modern life. And here's the thing. You don't need a perfect setting or ideal conditions to meditate. You can do it anywhere. At your desk, on the bus, during a lunch break, or even while you're waiting in the car for an appointment. You don't need a special cushion, incense, or a quiet room. Meditation is incredibly adaptable. It's all about finding moments throughout your day to pause, breathe, and center yourself. So how do you get started? Let's make it simple. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, before reaching for your phone or diving into your day's to-do list, take 5 minutes for yourself. Sit in a comfortable position, on a chair, your bed, or the floor. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose, filling your lungs with air. Then, gently exhale through your mouth. That's it. Focus on the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. If your mind starts to wander, and it will, don't worry, that's normal. Just gently bring your focus back to your breathing. There's no need to force it. Just keep returning to your breath. At first, it might feel strange or even a little frustrating. Your mind will likely wander to all the things you need to do that day. Or you'll feel impatient, wondering if this is even working. But stick with it. Like any new skill, meditation takes practice. Over time, you'll start to notice subtle but powerful shifts. You might feel calmer, more focused, or less reactive in stressful situations. You'll develop a sense of inner peace that carries over into all areas of your life. And don't worry about being perfect. There's no right or wrong way to meditate. It's not about clearing your mind completely or achieving some mystical state. It's simply about being present and allowing yourself to take a break from the constant stream of thoughts and worries. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to find that stillness, even amidst the chaos of daily life. Some people find that meditating in nature brings an extra layer of peace. Sitting under a tree, by a river, or in a quiet park can amplify the calming effects. Others prefer the quiet solitude of a room in their home, while some enjoy guided meditations with calming voices leading them through the process. The beauty of meditation is that it's a personal practice, and there are endless ways to make it your own. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, what are you waiting for? Start small, be patient with yourself, and watch how this simple habit can transform not just your day, but your entire outlook on life. You'll find that meditation isn't about sitting still and doing nothing. It's about giving your mind the space it needs to thrive. Before we move on to the next habit, if you've been enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. And if you're ready to start incorporating meditation into your life, leave a comment below with "I'm ready for peace" and let us know how you're planning to make it part of your daily routine. Let's keep growing, learning, and improving our lives together. The 6th habit we're going to explore is one that's often overlooked, but it's a cornerstone of longevity and well-being: getting good sleep. Have you ever thought that the secret to a longer, healthier life might be lying right under your blanket? It turns out that sleep, yes, that thing we often sacrifice for late-night work, binge watching, or scrolling through social media, might just be the most powerful tool in our arsenal for living longer, healthier lives. We're not talking about becoming Sleeping Beauty and staying in bed forever, though that might sound tempting to some. But embracing the art of restorative sleep could make you feel like a brand new person every morning. The centenarians living in the blue zones, those places where people routinely live well into their 90s and 100s, understand the importance of sleep just as much as they value good nutrition and movement. They don't burn the midnight oil watching TV shows into the early hours. Instead, they prioritize getting quality sleep, knowing that it's just as essential to their health as what they eat. In fact, they see sleep as a form of nourishment for the body and mind. So, why is sleep so crucial? Think of your body as a high-functioning factory. During the day, all the machines are running at full speed, processing, producing, and working tirelessly. But when you go to sleep, that's when the real magic happens. Nighttime is when maintenance begins. Your body goes into repair mode, healing tissues, processing memories, and restoring energy. It's like giving your body a nightly tune-up. If you skimp on sleep, it's like running a car without ever changing the oil. Sooner or later, things will start to break down, leading to a mechanical, or in our case, biological disaster. When we consistently miss out on good sleep, the consequences are far-reaching. Lack of sleep increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, depression, and even early death. It impairs cognitive function, weakens the immune system, and accelerates the aging process. In fact, some studies have shown that chronic sleep deprivation can shorten your lifespan by several years. Imagine that, losing years of your life simply because you didn't get enough rest. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity. The famous psychologist William James once said, "The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook." And staying up all night to catch up on work or TV is definitely something we should overlook. The blue zones remind us that sleep is sacred, not just because it feels good, but because it's essential to living a long and healthy life. But how can we start sleeping better without counting sheep or relying on sleep aids? Here are some tried and true strategies to help you get the restorative sleep you need. Strategies that even the mythical Morpheus, the Greek god of dreams, would approve of. 1. Set a consistent sleep schedule. Your body loves routine, even if your mind rebels against it. One of the most effective ways to improve your sleep quality is to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Yes, I know the idea of keeping a strict bedtime on a Saturday night might sound dull, but your internal clock, or circadian rhythm, thrives on consistency. When you maintain a regular sleep schedule, your body knows when to expect rest, and it can start winding down naturally at the right time. Over time, this will help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling more refreshed. 2. Create a bedtime ritual. A bedtime routine is like giving your brain a gentle nudge that it's time to relax and prepare for sleep, just like winding down a car engine after a long drive. You need to signal to your brain that the day is done. Your nighttime ritual can be anything that calms your mind and body. Reading a book, meditating, journaling, or doing some light stretching. These activities help ease you into sleep mode, giving your brain time to transition from the day's stresses to a state of restfulness. 3. Turn your bedroom into a sleep sanctuary. To optimize your sleep, you need to create the right environment. Your bedroom should be cool, dark, and quiet, a true sanctuary for rest. Think of it as a bear's den during hibernation, a peaceful, protected place where you can shut out the world. Blackout curtains can help block out light, while a fan or white noise machine can drown out distracting sounds. Keeping your room at a cool temperature, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius, is ideal for promoting deep sleep. And don't forget to invest in a comfortable mattress and pillows. Your sleep is worth it. 4. Limit screen time before bed. The blue light emitted from phones, tablets, and TVs is like a shot of caffeine for your brain. It messes with your body's natural production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. If you want your brain to shut down for the night, avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. Instead of scrolling through social media or watching late-night TV, opt for activities that help your mind wind down, reading, listening to calming music, or practicing mindfulness. Your brain will thank you by drifting off into a deeper, more restful sleep. 5. Be cautious with naps. While a short nap during the day can be a great way to recharge, too much daytime sleep can steal hours from your nighttime rest. If you're a napper, try to keep your naps under 30 minutes and avoid napping late in the day. Long naps, especially in the late afternoon or evening, can throw off your sleep cycle and make it harder to fall asleep when you need to. A brief power nap can leave you feeling refreshed, but a long one can leave you groggy and wide awake at bedtime. 6. Watch what you eat and drink before bed. What you consume in the hours leading up to bedtime can significantly impact your sleep quality. Avoid large meals, caffeine, and alcohol before bed. While alcohol might make you feel sleepy initially, it actually disrupts your sleep cycles and prevents you from getting deep, restorative sleep. Similarly, caffeine can linger in your system for hours, making it harder for you to fall asleep, even if you had that coffee or tea earlier in the afternoon. Instead, opt for a light snack before bed, something like a banana, a handful of almonds, or herbal tea, to avoid going to bed too full or too hungry. 7. Get some sunlight during the day. Exposure to natural light during the day, especially in the morning, helps regulate your circadian rhythm making it easier to fall asleep at night. Try to spend some time outside every day, even if it's just a quick walk around the block. The natural sunlight signals to your brain that it's time to be awake and alert, helping to set your body's internal clock. The more aligned your body is with the natural light-dark cycle, the easier it will be to fall asleep and wake up at the right times. Good sleep isn't just about avoiding feeling tired the next day. It's about giving your body the chance to repair itself, rejuvenate, and prepare for the challenges of the next day. Sleep is when your brain processes memories, your muscles recover, and your immune system strengthens itself. In short, sleep is when the magic happens, both mentally and physically. It's the foundation of a healthy, long life. So the next time someone tries to make you feel guilty for getting a solid 8 hours of sleep, you can confidently tell them that you're investing in your health and longevity. Sleep is not a waste of time. It's a crucial part of maintaining a strong, healthy, and resilient body. As the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup, and sleep is what fills that cup back up each night. Who knew that being lazy and prioritizing your rest could be one of the healthiest habits you can adopt? So go ahead, pull up the covers, and give yourself the gift of good sleep. You've earned it. Before we dive into the next habit, if you've been enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. And if you're committed to prioritizing sleep as a key to living a longer and healthier life, comment below with "I'm ready for better sleep" and let us know your favorite bedtime routine. Let's keep learning, growing, and improving our lives together. The 7th habit we're diving into is one that's a game changer for your health and longevity: adopting a plant-based diet. Now, before you picture yourself munching on nothing but carrots and lettuce like a giant rabbit, let's clarify what we mean. We're not asking you to swear off burgers forever or become the next kale fanatic. Instead, we're taking a page from the playbook of the world's longest living populations, our friends in the blue zones, who seem to have cracked the code to aging gracefully and living longer. And guess what? Their diet looks more like a vibrant vegetable garden than an all-you-can-eat meat buffet. Coincidence? Not at all. Let's face it, the evidence is clear. A plant-rich diet can reduce the risk of chronic diseases, lower inflammation, and even help slow the aging process. It's as if every bite of a leafy green or a colorful veggie is a small shield, protecting your body from the wear and tear of time. By filling your plate with plant-based goodness, you're not just nourishing yourself today. You're setting yourself up for a healthier future, one bite at a time. But before you think I'm here to turn you into a full-time broccoli enthusiast, let's talk about balance. The inhabitants of blue zones like Okinawa, Ikaria, and Sardinia aren't strict vegans or vegetarians. In fact, their diets are about 95% plant-based, with the remaining 5% including animal products, often in small amounts. Think of that 5% as a nod to flexibility, a way to maintain sanity, and perhaps indulge in the occasional barbecue without guilt. The key takeaway here is that the foundation of their diet, the thing they rely on daily, is plants. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Does this mean I have to give up all my favorite foods? Won't this be boring? Let me assure you, it's anything but boring. In fact, eating more plants opens up a whole new world of flavors, colors, and textures. Did you know that the famous Greek philosopher Pythagoras, besides being a mathematical genius, was also a staunch advocate of a plant-based diet? Yes, the same Pythagoras who gave us that pesky theorem in school believed that eating meat clouded the mind and hindered clear thinking. Maybe that's the secret to his brilliance. He believed a plant-based diet helped keep the mind sharp and the body agile. So, what exactly does it mean to eat more plants? It's not about giving up everything you love. Instead, it's about shifting the focus of your meals to be more plant-forward. This could mean adding more vegetables to your plate, swapping meat for plant-based proteins, or simply trying new plant-based recipes once in a while. The key is making small, sustainable changes that you can build into your lifestyle without feeling deprived or overwhelmed. Here's the beauty of a plant-based diet. It doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, incorporating more plants into your meals can be as easy as making a few simple swaps. Let's explore some fun and straightforward ideas to help you get started. No Herculean effort required, I promise. 1. Try Meatless Monday. Start with 1 day a week where your meals are completely plant-based. This small change can give your digestive system a break, reduce your overall meat intake, and introduce you to the wonderful world of plant-based meals. Plus, it's a fun challenge to explore new recipes and flavors. You might discover that you actually enjoy dishes like lentil curry, veggie stir-fry, or a hearty bean chili. And hey, if you like it, who knows? You might extend it to more days of the week. 2. Add an extra vegetable to every meal. One of the easiest ways to increase your plant intake is to simply add one more vegetable to each meal. If you're having pasta, toss in some spinach or roasted tomatoes. If you're making a sandwich, pile on extra greens or slices of cucumber. Making a stir-fry, throw in some bell peppers, mushrooms, or broccoli. These small additions can make a big difference in the variety and amount of nutrients you're getting. 3. Swap out your snacks. It's time to rethink your snacks. Instead of reaching for chips or processed snacks, try swapping them for plant-based options like hummus and carrot sticks, roasted chickpeas, or a handful of nuts and seeds. These snacks are not only delicious, but also packed with fiber, vitamins, and healthy fats. Your body and your waistline will thank you for it. 4. Experiment with plant-based milks. Plant-based milks are everywhere these days, and there are so many options to choose from that you could practically create an advent calendar out of them. From almond milk to oat milk, coconut milk to soy milk, there's a plant-based alternative for every taste and texture. Try swapping out dairy milk in your coffee, cereal, or smoothies and see which one you like best. These plant-based options are often lower in fat and cholesterol, while still being rich in nutrients. 5. Embrace the colorful plate philosophy. One of the easiest ways to ensure you're getting a variety of nutrients is to aim for a rainbow of colors on your plate. The more colorful your meals, the more likely you are to be consuming a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Think deep green kale, bright red bell peppers, orange sweet potatoes, purple cabbage, and yellow corn. Not only will your plate look more appealing, but it will also deliver a nutrient-packed punch that keeps you energized and healthy. 6. Plant-based proteins are your friends. One common misconception about plant-based diets is that they don't provide enough protein. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Foods like lentils, beans, chickpeas, tofu, quinoa, and even some vegetables are excellent sources of plant-based protein. These foods are versatile and can be used in everything from soups and stews to salads and veggie burgers. You don't need to eat meat to get the protein your body needs. Plants have you covered. 7. Start with one plant-based meal a day. If committing to a fully plant-based day feels daunting, start with just one meal. Maybe it's breakfast, where you swap out your usual eggs and bacon for a smoothie packed with fruits, spinach, and plant-based protein. Or perhaps it's dinner, where you try a vegetable stir-fry with tofu or a quinoa salad. These small steps can help you ease into the habit of eating more plants without feeling overwhelmed. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's important to remember that the goal isn't perfection. You don't have to give up everything you love or suddenly transform into a full-time vegetarian. It's about making gradual changes that can have a big impact over time. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So instead of seeing vegetables as some kind of punishment or chore, try seeing them as a path to a longer, healthier life. And here's the best part. A plant-based diet isn't just good for your body. It's good for the planet too. Reducing meat consumption lowers your carbon footprint and helps preserve natural resources like water and land. So by making more plant-friendly choices, you're not only investing in your health, but also doing your part for the environment. Next time you're at the grocery store, take a stroll through the produce section. Try picking up a new vegetable you've never cooked with before, or fill your basket with vibrant greens, reds, and yellows. You might just discover that the secret to feeling energized and living longer is hidden somewhere between the spinach and tomatoes. Before we move on to the next habit, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. And if you're ready to start adding more plants to your plate, leave a comment below saying, I'm ready for more greens. Let's continue on this journey toward better health and longevity together. The eighth habit we're going to explore is one that might surprise you in the best way. Wine and friends. In the blue zones, the regions of the world where people seem to have cracked the code to living longer and better, wine isn't just a beverage. It's part of a cherished social ritual, woven into the fabric of life, enjoyed with friends, family, and loved ones. But what makes this habit so special? And how could it possibly be adding years to your life? Let's uncork the mystery. Before you rush to pop open that bottle of wine you've been saving, let's take a moment to understand why this habit works. It turns out that moderate wine consumption, especially red wine, can actually provide some impressive health benefits. Red wine contains antioxidants like resveratrol, which have been linked to better heart health and increased longevity. These compounds help protect your cells from damage, reduce inflammation, and support a healthy cardiovascular system. In essence, wine in small amounts acts as a kind of shield, protecting your body from the daily wear and tear that leads to aging and disease. But here's the catch. The key word here is moderation. When we talk about the benefits of wine, we're not talking about emptying the entire bottle or making a habit of nightly overindulgence. Moderate consumption means about 1 or 2 glasses a day for most people. As the famous physician Paracelsus said, the dose makes the poison. A little wine can be medicine for the body, but too much can quickly turn into a toxin. So, the balance is essential. A glass of red with dinner, shared with friends, can boost your health, but anything beyond that can undo those benefits. Now, wine is just one part of the equation. The other part, arguably the more powerful ingredient, is social connection. In the blue zones, wine isn't sipped in isolation while binge-watching TV. It's enjoyed in the company of friends and family. Meals are social events, times to come together, share stories, laugh, and connect on a deeper level. It's not just about the wine itself, but the sense of community that surrounds it. And science backs this up. Strong social connections are one of the most important factors in living a long, healthy life. In fact, research has shown that having strong social relationships can be as beneficial to your health as quitting smoking. That's right. Good friends and regular social interaction can help you live longer. Studies have consistently shown that people with strong social ties, whether through friendships, family, or community involvement, are 50% more likely to live longer than those who are isolated or have weak social connections. It's as if every shared laugh, every heartfelt conversation, and every moment of connection is a small deposit into your longevity bank. The simple act of gathering around a table with loved ones, sharing food and drink, strengthens your emotional health, reduces stress, and gives your body the support it needs to thrive. So, how can you incorporate this wonderful habit into your life in a healthy and meaningful way? It's simpler than you might think. And the good news is you don't have to wait for a special occasion to get started. Here are some ways to embrace the wine and friends lifestyle and bring a little of that blue zone magic into your everyday life. 1. Organize regular dinners with friends or family. One of the easiest and most enjoyable ways to foster social connection is to gather regularly with friends or family for a meal. These gatherings don't need to be fancy or elaborate. The focus should be on the company, not the food. A simple dinner, enjoyed with good conversation and perhaps a glass of wine, is enough to reap the benefits of social bonding. Make it a tradition, a weekly dinner, a monthly potluck, or even just spontaneous get-togethers. The important thing is to create a space for connection. 2. Join a club or social group. Whether it's a dance class, a book club, or a hiking group, joining an activity-based community is a great way to meet new people and maintain social connections. Not only does this keep your mind active and engaged, but it also provides a built-in opportunity to connect with others who share your interests. And while you may not drink wine at every club meeting, the regular interaction will help you feel more connected and supported. 3. Enjoy wine with food and in good company. If you choose to drink wine, do so in a way that enhances your experience. Savor it with a meal and share it with others. The people in blue zones tend to enjoy their wine with food, and they drink slowly over the course of a long meal or social gathering. The wine is not the focus, but rather a complement to the conversation, laughter, and joy that naturally flows when people come together. So next time you enjoy a glass, pair it with a meal and some good company. 4. Practice the art of the sobremesa. In many blue zones, the sobremesa is an important part of social gatherings. It's that lovely time after a meal when everyone stays at the table, lingering over coffee or a drink, continuing the conversation, and enjoying the company. There's no rush to leave or clear the table. Instead, the focus is on the pleasure of connection. Practice this at your own gatherings. Slow down, stay a little longer, and let the conversation flow. The benefits of this extra time together are enormous for your mental and emotional well-being. 5. If you don't drink alcohol, that's okay. It's the connection that counts. Don't worry if wine isn't your thing. The real health booster in this habit isn't the alcohol, it's the social connection. You can still participate in the ritual by sipping on tea, juice, sparkling water, or any other drink that you enjoy. The point is to come together with others, to enjoy shared moments of joy and conversation. It's the laughter, the companionship, and the human connection that offer the real benefits. Incorporating wine and social connection into your life doesn't mean turning every evening into a party or feeling pressure to drink when you don't want to. It's about finding simple, meaningful ways to gather with others and enjoy the little pleasures of life together. Whether it's a Sunday dinner with family, a casual gathering with friends, or a quiet evening at home with a loved one, the power of connection is undeniable. And if you choose to enjoy a glass of wine while doing so, all the better. The truth is, some of the most enjoyable rituals of humanity, sharing food and drink with the people we care about, are also the most health-promoting. When you sit down with friends, raise a glass, and share a laugh, you're not just having fun. You're boosting your longevity, reducing stress, and nourishing your soul. Who would have thought that something so simple, so enjoyable, could also be so good for you? So, the next time you find yourself with a glass of wine in hand, surrounded by friends or family, take a moment to appreciate the magic of the moment. You're not just indulging in a pleasure. You're participating in one of the oldest and healthiest rituals known to humanity. So, here's to life, laughter, and the joy of connection. Cheers to a long, happy life, filled with good friends and the occasional glass of wine. Before we move on to the next habit, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. And if you're ready to embrace this habit of connection, leave a comment below saying cheers to life, and let us know your favorite way to spend time with friends. Let's keep learning, growing, and celebrating life together. The 9th habit we're going to explore is one that has the power to transform not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. The practice of generosity. Now, I'm not talking about writing big checks or constantly donating to charities, although those are wonderful things if you can do them. I'm talking about something much deeper, something that can enrich your life on a level that goes far beyond material wealth. Generosity, at its core, is a habit that nurtures the soul and creates a ripple effect of positivity, happiness, and well-being that spreads through every part of your life. Have you ever noticed how good it feels to help someone else? That warm feeling you get when you lend a hand, share a kind word, or make someone's day a little brighter. That's no coincidence. There's a reason why giving feels so good. The ancient Stoics, those wise philosophers who spent their lives pondering the best ways to live, understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, once wrote, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." In other words, when you contribute to the well-being of others, you're also contributing to your own well-being. What you give to others, you ultimately give to yourself. But it's not just ancient wisdom that points to the power of generosity. Modern science backs it up too. Numerous studies have shown that practicing generosity can have a profound impact on your mental and physical health. One study from the University of California found that people who regularly engage in acts of generosity have lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that wreaks havoc on our bodies when it's elevated for too long. It's as if each act of kindness were a gentle massage for your nervous system, soothing away tension and stress. Generosity isn't about grand gestures or monumental donations. It's about the small, everyday moments that allow you to show kindness and consideration for others. You don't need to be wealthy to be generous. Intention is what matters most. The beauty of generosity is that it can take so many forms. It can be as simple as offering a genuine smile to someone, yes, even behind a mask. A smile can light up your eyes, helping a neighbor carry their groceries, or taking the time to truly listen to a friend who needs a shoulder to lean on. Generosity is about being present, being open, and being willing to give what you can, whether it's your time, your energy, or simply your attention. And here's something that might surprise you. Generosity could actually make you richer, and I don't mean just in spirit. A fascinating study from the University of Notre Dame found that generous people tend to be more successful in their careers. It's almost as if the universe has its own system of financial karma, rewarding those who give freely with more opportunities, better relationships, and greater success. Generosity, it seems, doesn't deplete you. It enriches you in ways that go far beyond what you give. Why is this? When you're generous, you build stronger, more meaningful connections with the people around you. Whether it's colleagues at work, friends, or even strangers, generosity fosters trust, cooperation, and goodwill. People are naturally drawn to those who are kind and giving, and those connections often open doors to new opportunities. Generosity is contagious, and when you spread kindness, you create an environment where others are more likely to return that kindness to you. It's a positive feedback loop where everyone benefits. Now, let's talk about how you can put this powerful habit into practice. Here are a few simple, yet transformative ways you can incorporate more generosity into your daily life. 1. Start with small acts of kindness. Generosity doesn't have to be about money. It can be as simple as holding the door open for someone, offering a compliment, or letting someone merge into your lane during traffic. Small acts of kindness like these create moments of connection and brighten someone else's day. You never know how much impact a tiny gesture can have on someone who might be going through a tough time. And the beauty of it, these acts cost you nothing but a little bit of awareness and thoughtfulness. 2. Give your time and attention. One of the most valuable things you can give to someone is your time and full attention. In our fast-paced, always distracted world, taking the time to really listen to someone can be incredibly generous. Whether it's a friend who needs to vent, a coworker seeking advice, or even a family member telling a story, your undivided attention is a gift. It shows that you care, that you value them, and that they matter. This kind of generosity builds deep, meaningful relationships. 3. Practice gratitude alongside generosity. Generosity and gratitude are two sides of the same coin. When you practice generosity, you naturally cultivate a sense of gratitude for what you have. Take a moment each day to reflect on the ways you've been able to give, whether big or small. Recognize the abundance in your life, not just in material things, but in the time, love, and energy you can share with others. Gratitude fuels generosity, and together they create a powerful cycle of positive energy. 4. Offer your skills or talents. One of the most fulfilling ways to be generous is to share your unique skills or talents with others. Maybe you're great at fixing things, cooking, tutoring, or even organizing. Offering your expertise to help someone solve a problem or accomplish a task is an incredibly generous act. It doesn't cost you anything but time and effort, and it can have a huge impact on someone else's life. It's a win-win. You feel good about helping, and the recipient gets the benefit of your skills. 5. Be generous with praise and encouragement. Words have incredible power, and being generous with praise and encouragement is a form of kindness that's often overlooked. Let people know when they've done a good job, offer genuine compliments, and encourage others when they're facing challenges. Sometimes, a few kind words can make all the difference to someone's confidence and motivation. And remember, there's no limit to how much positivity you can spread. 6. Join a cause or volunteer. If you're looking for more structured ways to practice generosity, consider joining a cause or volunteering your time for something you believe in. Whether it's helping out at a local food bank, mentoring young people, or participating in community cleanups, giving your time to a cause can be deeply rewarding. It connects you to others who share your values and gives you the chance to make a tangible difference in the world. 7. Give without expecting anything in return. True generosity comes from a place of selflessness. When you give, don't focus on what you might receive in return. Instead, Let the act of giving itself be the reward. The more you practice generosity without expecting anything back, the more you'll find that life has a way of returning the favor in unexpected and beautiful ways. Generosity isn't transactional. It's about creating a flow of positive energy that enriches everyone involved. As you start to incorporate these habits into your life, you'll begin to notice something profound. The more you give, the more you receive. Not necessarily in material terms, but in joy, fulfillment, connection, and peace of mind. You'll start to see that true wealth isn't measured by what's in your bank account, but by the smiles you inspire, the lives you touch, and the love you give. Generosity is one of the simplest and most rewarding ways to add more meaning to your life. And the best part is that anyone can practice it. You don't need wealth or power to make a difference. All you need is the intention to give from the heart. And who knows, as you make generosity a regular part of your life, you might just find that you're the one who benefits the most. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 5 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Before we move on to the next habit, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future content. And if you're ready to start practicing generosity, leave a comment below saying, "I'm ready to give," and share one way you plan to be generous today. Let's continue spreading kindness and positivity together. The 10th habit is reading. Yes, that thing that seemed like a punishment when you were a child could now be your ticket to immortality. Well, almost. It turns out that bookworms have an advantage over the rest of us. Recent studies have shown that adults who read regularly live, on average, 2 years longer than those who don't. 2 years. Imagine all the things you could do with that extra time. You could finally learn to juggle or watch all the seasons of that series you've been putting off. But reading not only extends your life, it also enriches it. As the great Jorge Luis Borges said, "I have always imagined that paradise would be some kind of library." And he wasn't wrong. Reading is like traveling without moving from your couch, living 1,000 lives in one. Now, don't panic. You don't have to become a scholar overnight. Starting is as easy as opening a book. Remember that book you're using as a paperweight? Yes, that one. It's time to dust it off and give it a chance. And if you think you don't have time to read, think again. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in the world, spends 80% of his day reading. If he can do it while managing a financial empire, you can do it between episodes of your favorite series. Reading is not just a hobby. It's a workout for your brain. It's like going to the gym, but instead of lifting weights, you're lifting ideas. And the best part is, you don't need sportswear or an expensive subscription. So, if you want to live longer and better, add reading to your daily routine. Start with just 15 minutes a day. It can be before bed, during your commute to work, or while waiting for your food to cook. Little by little, you'll notice how your mind expands, your vocabulary improves, and who knows, you might even become the life of the party with all the interesting stories you'll have to tell. Remember, every page you read is one more step toward a longer and fuller life. As the philosopher Seneca once said, reading feeds the soul. So, what are you waiting for? The next chapter of your life is literally waiting for you in the pages of a good book. The 11th habit we're exploring is one that can truly change your life. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Imagine your comfort zone as a warm, cozy bubble. It's familiar, safe, and predictable, like your favorite blanket on a cold night. Sounds pretty nice, right? But here's the thing. While it's comfortable in there, nothing grows inside that bubble. It's like trying to build muscle while sitting on the couch. You might feel relaxed, but you won't get any stronger. Growth, as it turns out, happens in the spaces where discomfort lives. Let's bring in some wisdom from the Stoics, because they knew a thing or two about facing fear and uncertainty. Seneca, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "We don't dare to do many things because they are difficult, but they are difficult because we don't dare to do them." In other words, the fear of doing something often makes it feel harder than it actually is. How many times have you avoided doing something because you thought it was too hard or too scary, only to finally do it and realize it wasn't so bad after all? It's like being a kid, terrified of the monster in the closet, until your mom opens the door and you see that it's just a pile of laundry. The fear was never real. It was your mind making things seem scarier than they were. But stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't mean you have to go skydiving or do something extreme, unless you really want to, of course. It's about starting small, taking tiny steps toward the unfamiliar. Maybe it's trying that exotic dish you've always been curious about but never dared to order. Or how about striking up a conversation with the neighbor you always pass but never greet? Who knows? It could lead to a new friendship, or at the very least, a funny story to tell. These small steps slowly expand your comfort zone, and that's where the magic happens. Psychologists tell us that every time we face a small fear or take on a challenge that pushes us outside of our comfort zone, our brain rewards us with dopamine, a neurotransmitter that gives us a sense of accomplishment and pleasure. It's like a mini adrenaline rush without the life or death situation. And here's the best part. Every time you overcome a little obstacle, your confidence grows. It's like leveling up in a video game, but the rewards are real, and they last. A fascinating study from the University of Texas backs this up. People who regularly step outside their comfort zones report higher levels of life satisfaction. It's as though pushing yourself beyond what you think is possible leads to a more fulfilling life. Why? Because growth and progress, no matter how small, are essential ingredients for happiness. When you do the things that challenge you, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought, and that is incredibly empowering. So, how do we make stepping out of our comfort zone a regular habit? It's not about doing something wild or extreme every day. It's about taking consistent, small actions that stretch you just a little. Here are some ways to start. 1. Start with small, manageable challenges. Don't worry about tackling your biggest fears right away. Instead, focus on small, daily challenges that make you just a little uncomfortable. It could be something as simple as trying a new type of food, taking a different route to work, or introducing yourself to someone new. Each small step will build your confidence, and before you know it, things that once seemed daunting will feel routine. 2. Ask for feedback. One way to stretch outside your comfort zone is to ask for feedback, whether at work, from friends, or in other areas of your life. Asking for feedback can be scary because it opens you up to criticism, but it's also one of the fastest ways to grow. Feedback helps you see your blind spots and gives you actionable ways to improve. Plus, it teaches you to handle constructive criticism gracefully, which is an important skill. 3. Say yes more often. How often do you say no to new opportunities because they feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar? Try saying yes more often, even if your first instinct is to hesitate. Whether it's accepting a new project at work, joining a group you're curious about, or trying a new hobby, saying yes to new experiences helps you grow. It doesn't mean you have to commit to everything, but being open to new possibilities is where real growth happens. 4. Embrace the awkward. One of the biggest reasons we stay in our comfort zones is the fear of feeling awkward or making mistakes. But guess what? Awkwardness is part of learning. Whether you're learning a new skill, starting a conversation with someone new, or trying something you've never done before, there's bound to be some discomfort. Embrace it. The more you lean into that feeling, the less power it has over you. 5. Make it a daily habit. Stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't have to be a rare event. Make it a daily habit. Each day, commit to doing one thing that pushes you just a little bit. Over time, these small actions will add up, and your comfort zone will expand naturally. You'll look back and realize that what once felt scary now feels easy. 6. Reward yourself for taking risks. It's important to celebrate your wins, no matter how small they might seem. Every time you push yourself outside your comfort zone, reward yourself. This could be as simple as acknowledging your effort, writing down what you learned, or treating yourself to something you enjoy. Celebrating your progress reinforces the positive impact of stepping into the unknown. 7. Surround yourself with supportive people. It's easier to take risks and step out of your comfort zone when you're surrounded by people who encourage and support you. Share your goals with friends or family who will cheer you on and hold you accountable. Sometimes, knowing that someone has your back can give you the courage to take that leap. As you start embracing this habit, you'll notice that life becomes more exciting, more dynamic, and yes, more fulfilling. Every time you face something new, Every time you push past a fear or a hesitation, you're building mental and emotional muscles. You're proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. And that's an incredibly powerful realization. And here's the truth. Not everything will go perfectly. You might fail. You might feel awkward. Or you might make mistakes. But guess what? That's part of the process. Even when things go wrong, you gain something invaluable. A new perspective, a lesson learned, or simply a good story to tell at the next family gathering. The worst thing that can happen is rarely as bad as we imagine, and often, the experience itself is worth the risk. As the great philosopher Nike once said, just do it, or as your grandma might say, if you don't take a risk, you don't gain anything. So the next time you find yourself hesitating, remember that growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone, where new opportunities, new experiences, and new versions of yourself await. Who knows? You might discover hidden talents, make new friends, or simply realize that you're braver and more capable than you ever thought possible. And that, my friend, is worth more than all the gold in the world. Before we move on to the next habit, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. And if you're ready to start stepping out of your comfort zone, leave a comment below saying, I'm ready for a challenge. Let's continue growing, learning, and embracing life's adventures together. The 12th habit we're going to explore might seem challenging in today's world, but it's one of the most powerful for reclaiming balance and clarity. Disconnecting from technology. Let's be real. Have you ever felt like your phone is a magnet and you're the piece of metal, constantly drawn to it without even thinking? Yeah, we've all been there. You might be wondering, how can I survive without my beloved smartphone? Don't worry. I'm not asking you to toss it out the window, although let's admit, that idea can sound tempting sometimes, right? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 6 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even the greatest minds throughout history understood the importance of giving themselves time to disconnect. The Roman philosopher Seneca, who lived long before smartphones, understood this better than anyone. He said, we must give our minds rest so they can return stronger to think. And trust me, your mind will thank you if you follow that advice. Technology is amazing. It's connected us in ways we never imagined, but it's also constantly demanding our attention, leaving little room for peace and reflection. I'll let you in on a secret. Even I find it hard to disconnect completely. I create these YouTube videos to help you all. And for that, technology is indispensable. But I've discovered that the moments I spend away from screens, whether it's a weekend at the beach with friends or an afternoon walk in the park, are like little oases in the digital desert. They remind me that there's a vibrant, fulfilling world beyond the screen, and it's beautiful. And guess what? Modern science is backing this up in surprising ways. A study from the University of California found that simply having your phone nearby, even if it's turned off, can reduce your cognitive abilities. It's like your brain is always on standby, waiting for the next notification or call. Imagine that, living with a constant mental roommate, buzzing in your head even when you're trying to focus. How exhausting is that? But here's the good news. Disconnecting doesn't have to mean becoming a digital hermit. You can start small and build your way to healthier habits. How about leaving your phone in another room during meals? Or trying a digital curfew 1 hour before bed? Your sleep will thank you for it. And who knows? You might rediscover the joy of reading a real, physical book again. If you need a little extra motivation to disconnect, consider this. Psychologist Adam Alter has found that the time we spend glued to our screens is directly related to our levels of unhappiness. So if you want to feel lighter, calmer, and yes, happier, step away from the tech more often. How to disconnect from technology. Create tech-free zones or times. Start by designating certain areas or times of the day as no-tech zones. This could be the dinner table, your bedroom, or the first hour of your morning. By setting boundaries, you're giving yourself permission to be fully present without the constant interruption of screens. Take digital breaks. It's unrealistic to avoid technology entirely, but regular breaks can do wonders. Try taking a 10-minute walk without your phone. or even a weekend away where you limit your screen time. These breaks allow your mind to recharge and reset, helping you return to work with fresh energy and focus. Practice the art of single tasking. In the age of multitasking, focusing on one thing at a time feels revolutionary. Instead of splitting your attention between multiple screens or tasks, try focusing on just one thing, whether it's a conversation, a task, or even a meal. This mindfulness improves productivity and reduces stress. Turn off notifications. Constant notifications are like little bursts of anxiety throughout the day. Turn off unnecessary notifications, especially for social media apps, and check your phone on your own terms. You'll be amazed at how freeing it is when your phone is no longer dictating your attention. Reconnect with the physical world. One of the best ways to disconnect from the digital world is to reconnect with the physical one. Go for a hike, cook a meal from scratch, or spend time with friends and family without the distraction of phones. The more time you spend in the real world, the less you'll feel the need to be constantly connected online. Digital detox days. If you're feeling brave, try a digital detox day. Pick one day each week to go tech-free. No emails, no social media, no distractions. Use that time to relax, pursue a hobby, or simply enjoy the quiet. You'll feel refreshed and recharged, ready to tackle the week ahead. Remember, disconnecting isn't about giving up technology completely. It's about finding balance and creating space for the things that truly matter. Whether that's spending quality time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply enjoying the peace of being unplugged for a while. You'll be surprised by how much clearer your mind feels after even a short break. And now, as we move on to the final habit, let's talk about something we all need more of in our lives: laughter. The final habit: laugh more. Have you ever wondered why children laugh around 300 times a day, while adults barely manage 20? Somewhere along the way, it seems we've forgotten the art of laughing. We've become so focused on work, responsibility, and productivity that we've lost touch with one of life's simplest joys. But don't worry, it's not too late to reclaim it. Laughter isn't just fun, it's powerful. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "If you want to be happy, be good." I'd like to add, if you want to be happy, laugh. Science backs this up. Research shows that laughter reduces stress, boosts the immune system, and can even relieve pain. It's like a free gym membership for your soul. No sweat, no soreness, just pure joy. Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. It lowers levels of stress hormones like cortisol and relaxes your muscles for up to 45 minutes afterward. And here's the kicker. Laughter strengthens your immune system, helping your body fight off illness and keep you feeling your best. How to add more laughter to your life? Surround yourself with funny people. Whether it's a friend who always has you in stitches or a comedian you love, spend more time with people who make you laugh. The more you laugh, the lighter and happier you'll feel. Watch or listen to something funny. When life feels heavy, turn to humor. Watch a comedy show, listen to a funny podcast, or watch a silly video online. Sometimes, all it takes is a few minutes of laughter to shift your mood completely. Find humor in everyday life. Life is full of funny moments if you look for them. Maybe it's that dog with the ridiculous haircut you saw on the street, or the way you struggled with a stubborn jar of pickles. Humor is everywhere, even in the little things. Laugh at yourself. One of the most liberating habits you can develop is the ability to laugh at yourself. We all have embarrassing moments or times when things don't go as planned. Instead of getting frustrated, try to see the humor in the situation. Learning to laugh at yourself builds resilience and lightens your load. Fake it till you make it. Even if you don't feel like laughing, forcing yourself to smile or laugh can actually improve your mood. It's a classic case of fake it till you make it. Soon, that fake smile can turn into a real one, lifting your spirits along the way. In the end, laughter is one of the easiest and most effective ways to improve your well-being. It's contagious. When you laugh, others around you laugh too. And in that moment, you're not just sharing a joke, you're strengthening social bonds and spreading joy. Now that we've explored these powerful habits, it's time to reflect. What have you learned today that resonated with you? What is one habit or lesson you'll start implementing in your life right away? Drop a comment below and share your insights with us. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like this video, Don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future content. Let's continue growing, learning, and embracing a better way of living together.